Example number 2, we're going to take a look at the surface area of a cylinder. And again, we've broken down and organized our problem into its components, so it's maybe more easy to follow and more easy to come up with a final answer and staying organized. First off, let's find the area of the base, which of course the base is a circle here. And when we find the area of a circle, we need the radius. We're given the diameter of the circle right here is 10, so the radius of that is going to be equal to 5, and it looks like inches is our unit on this one, so that radius right here is 5. We're also told that the height of our cylinder is 12 inches, and so we'll use those when we are taking a look at the area. So the area of the base, area of a circle is pi r squared. And in this problem, our radius is 5, so pi times 5 squared. And leaving our answer in terms of pi, that gives us 25 pi. So 25 pi square inches is the area of one base. Okay, so then the area of both bases, why don't we go over to the side here? So the area of both bases would be 25 pi times 2, since there are two bases of our cylinder. And so that comes out to 50 pi square inches. We're just going to leave it in terms of pi for right now, add it all together, and maybe give a rounded answer at the end of the problem. The second thing we're going to do is get the area of the lateral sides. Now I want you to think about the lateral sides of, say, a can of soup. Basically, it's the label. So if you peel the label off of a can of soup, and you do that carefully, and then unfold it, you are going to get a rectangle. So a rectangle is actually what goes around the side of a cylinder. Now, the rectangle in this problem will have a height that's the same as the height of our cylinder. So the height of this rectangle right here is still 12 inches. Now let's think about what the base length of our rectangle is. Remember, this really is like the label that came off of a soup can, so it's kind of curving around the entire can. And so the base of this rectangle really is the circumference of this circle over here. Okay, so the base length right here, when you unfold it, becomes a rectangle, but that length is really the circumference of our circle. And remember, circumference is equal to pi times diameter. And so in this particular problem, let's think about what our pi times diameter would be. It would be pi times 10, or 10 pi, because 10 is the diameter over here, back in our original drawing. 10 is the diameter, and so the circumference would be pi times 10. All right, so those are going to be the components we're going to use to get the area of that rectangle, in other words, the lateral area of our cylinder. So let's go down and figure that out. So the area that we're considering is a rectangle, which is just base times height. And we talked about the base length is 10 pi, and we talked about the height is 12. So multiplying that together, we get an area of 10 times 12 is 120, and then we'll just leave the pi separate. So 120 pi square inches. Okay, so now let's total up our areas. So we've got our lateral area of 120 pi square inches, and we have our area of our two bases together, which is 50 pi square inches. So 120 pi plus 50 pi would get us 170 pi square inches. And if we multiply that out, that's approximately 534 square inches. So that would be our total surface area for this cylinder.